the words of Slipknot, if you're 555, then I'm 666. Monster! Some kind of monster. Monster Energy Drink Exposed, 666, Mark of the Beast. I've heard about this one a few times. I know when it was popular, people were talking about it, and it was just one of those things I saw in my newsfeed, and I'm like... But since it's request hour, streaming live on YouTube right now as I speak, let's go ahead and see what Monster Energy Drink Exposed 666 Mark of the Beast is all about. Probably something stupid, I'm sure. Pop me up. And 666.
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O? There's a cross.
Okay.
What has Christ got to do with an energy drink, let alone the name Monster? So I thought, well, maybe this is a Christian company then. BFC at the bottom of the can. Do you know what that stands for? That's the F word. Big can. In fact, they write it on the side of the can, so I know that's the F word.
Okay.
Now, do you know what a MILF is?
Yes.
That's on the box.
Not you.
MILFs dig it, and you will too. This is not a Christian company at all. So why would they have put a cross on the can? Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation. And look at Monster's ad. This is their statement. You see these M's everywhere. Hats, t-shirts, bumper stickers. Is there another agenda here? If God can use people and product, so can Satan. And look at it this way. Even if the M was not the issue, you cannot deny that that is a cross. And what is witchcraft? When the cross goes upside down. Bottoms up. And the devil laughs. Something to think about.
Wow.
This is how clever Satan is and how he gets into the Christian home and a Christian's life, and it breaks God's heart. Jesus said, my people perish for lack of knowledge.
Wow. That's awesome. I've never even seen that.
Religious people. Satan, 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 Satan. You know, guys, I got a quick story I wanted to tell you, and the people watching me on YouTube right now, live. When I was younger, much younger, back in 1999, I was part of the Rock is Dead tour with Korn and Rob Zombie. I won a trip to travel with Korn and basically be like their personal like groupie or whatever. It was an interesting trip, but you know, it taught me a lot. That was actually when I was very young at that time. I actually quit, or I didn't quit high school, but I won a. I left high school right in the middle of my finals. It was like senior year as well. It was crazy. So I took my finals early or something like that so I could go on this tour. And that was the first time I actually really traveled outside of California. And it was like I went to like 8 different tours. And, you know, being from Los Angeles, everything's very like cool. Like, just things are real cool, maybe more open, more liberal, I suppose, if that's the word you're looking for. So you don't really sometimes when you see videos like this, you're just like, do people like this really exist? Like, what bizarre world? Like, and it wasn't until that tour that I remember think it was in Oregon. I think it was like, yeah, it was really up north outside of Los Angeles, real up north. And it was like the more outside of California I got and the more north I got, the more crazy, I don't want to say crazy, but the more religious things became. And but it was always like the super Bible thumping people that were the most aggressive about it. And I remember going to being in line. You know, race was not a big deal. Actually, at one point, race was a deal. Like the furthest north I got, me and my friend who was touring with me, we were both black, and you know, it was really weird for us to like be in a sea of just white people, like at a Korn concert. I mean, but still, it was a Korn concert, so we knew, of course, it was going to be white people there. But it was very weird for us to be the only black guys for the most part, like front row center and everything. And people threw ice at us. I guess they wanted to blame it on the mosh pit or whatever, but whatever. I digress. The main point I was going to say is, for the most, skin color did not matter in the end because everybody was there to fucking rock out with the cocks out. And I remember specifically one time I was in line with a bunch of other white guys, skinheads and such. And it didn't, they were cool. They weren't neo Nazis or whatever. Even if they were, I mean, they were real. They were all real cool. We were all in line. We were just ready to get. We were ready to get into general admission. That's what they called it. Front row center. Just it's an open area. And I remember we were waiting, and we were trying to go inside, and it was probably one of those like fucking like Westboro Baptist Church, whatever motherfuckers. All of them were. They were like picketing right outside the line. To go to this concert, Korn and Rob Zombie, Rock is Dead. And it was like the weirdest thing to me because I was like, how did they even know that they were performing, and like what part would they feel like would be satanic? I mean, Rob Zombie, I guess, would be the biggest one because Korn would. But anyways, this is the funny part about this story is the fact that when I was in line and we were all, me and my friend, we were already kind of a little on guard from the night before, where we had ice and shit being thrown at us it was only us, so we were kind of like on guard, and we didn't really want to start anything or whatever, and we were like, then these people were like screaming at us. You're like, you're fucking going to hell. You black motherfucker, you're going to hell, and like, you listen to this devil music and all this shit. And I remember these white dudes behind us who was like, hey guys, and they were screaming at our line. They were like, hey guys, we're going to hell, and everybody was like, yeah! And it shut up these fuckers so quickly. They just walked away because they knew there was nothing they could really say to us. And then some kid got crushed at that concert later and died. But anyways, the point is, religion is very interesting, and you see what you want to see, and very funny, very interesting. Okay, that's it. I already bored you with that long ass story. So until the Batman vs Superman trailer premieres, I shall keep my reactions honest. Satan.